Was your injured leg fake or real? Welcome to Warm Ones, the show with warm questions and even warmer wings. I'm Mia Brown, and today I'm joined with Dan Wiener, a language arts teacher and a theater director here at West Seattle High School. So do you want to just introduce yourself?
Yeah, thanks for having me. Hi, Dan Wiener, language arts teacher, theater director at West Seattle High School, and excited to be here today, eat some wings, one of my favorite things to do.
Yes.
Also, I noticed you have some sauces out there. I don't come to the party empty-handed.
Surprise.
I brought some hot sauce with me. This is some black truffle infused hot sauce that I thought we might sample as well.
I'm excited.
Yeah, we're getting classy here.
We'll try that maybe at the end. Okay, so without further ado, do you want to bring out the wings and I'll ask my first question? We're going to start with some introduction of, who you are and where you come from, and I'm just going to, we'll do this here.
Okay.
I'll dunk it in there. I'm not an experienced wing eater, I'll tell you that right now. I don't really eat wings, so.
So I do like a rotisserie in there, and then, we got to get it nice and
Oh,
covered.
fancy.
Here we go. Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's do it.
Not spicy yet. No, it's pretty light. Well, let me start with my first question. Did you grow up in Seattle? And if not, where were you born?
Not born in Seattle. I was born in New Jersey. Grew up about 45 minutes outside of Manhattan in a place called Cranford, New Jersey, which was voted the nicest downtown area in New Jersey
Whoa.
recently. I don't remember when.
How was it when you were a kid?
It wasn't as cute when I was a kid. Like, we had a Pizza Hut and a Blockbuster and everything, but now there's like a lot of boutiques and cafes, and so it's a cool place. Good place to grow up.
Yeah. Okay, and a follow-up question is, where did you go to high school, and what was your high school experience like?
I went to Cranford High School in Cranford, New Jersey. And, my high school experience, I would say, was probably, fairly typical. Got into theater right away. That was kind of my thing. But it was a small high school, a little bit smaller than West Seattle High School, like 800.
Oh, yeah, not bad.
800 students.
It's a pretty average high school.
I would say pretty average. I mean, I would say my school wasn't big. Like, we didn't really have like a lot of like dances and things like that.
Yeah.
Like, we just had senior prom every year.
No HOCO or anything?
No. Either
sounds
that,
sad.
either that, or I really never got the memo about it. And they were just like, "Don't tell Wiener."
Don't tell that one kid about the dances.
There's nothing going on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And no social media too, so.
Nope, no social media.
No,
So that.
high school without social media.
So that was, I think about myself in high school and middle school, and I think if we had social media, it would have been a very different experience, and I'm glad we didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you to our meat handler, Olivia.
Olivia,
Yes,
bravo.
queen.
Thank you.
Okay, we're diving into sauce too. The last one wasn't too spicy. I thought it was.
It had a nice flavor to it that I couldn't place because I'm really
It tasted very like citrusy, if that makes sense. Like I definitely
kinda
saw some lime in there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, cheers.
Cheers. Got like a habanero thing going on in this one.
I like it. That's like my ideal spice. Honestly, I'm getting a little bit of a kick right now, but it's like a nice kick. It's kind of subtle. Not really noticing it.
Like a 2.
Well, it is number 2, so that would make sense.
per-
Okay, for my
perfect.
third question is, did you ever get bullied for your last name?
No, why would that have happened? Why would anyone bully me for my last name? Yes. It still happens. Yeah, fortunately, it's, the original material starts running out
Yeah,
by
that's
like
what I was thinking.
7th grade. Yeah. You're hearing everything, if you have a son, you should name him Harry.
Oh. For the fifth question, So we know you have a family. You have how many kids?
2.
2? And do you have any like very memorable kid memories?
Well, my kids are Chloe and Simon. They both have birthdays in early April, so Chloe's going to be 11 and Simon is going to be 3. And the story that comes to mind, and Chloe might never forgive me if she knows that I told this story. So,
Okay.
Chloe,
Tell Chloe.
it's with love. So a few years back, we went to Hawaii over one of the breaks.
Yeah.
And when we were coming back on the flight, Chloe was she was in a lot of pain. She was really complaining and that her ear hurt. And we were like, oh, well, is she getting an ear infection? Or is she just being whiny? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And then we got back and she was still complaining about it, and it was so bad, like the pain and discomfort was so bad that we eventually took her to the emergency room. And they, looked in her ear, and they were like, there's something in there.
Oh no.
And they had to flush it out with water out of her little ear. She, I don't know, 4 or 5 at the time. Yeah, they flushed it out. It was a bean.
Like a
A bean, I referred to it as an arts and crafts bean. I couldn't tell you if it was a lima bean or pinto bean or what it was, but my assumption was she'd gone to some of those during the day the kids go and they do art projects.
Wow.
I'm like, did the bean get in her ear that way?
That's so weird.
What happened? So that was it was funny now, not as
was
funny
it
at the time.
scary when it happened though?
I mean, not really. It was more just confusing. Why is her ear bothering her? And what's of course we were just oh, it'll get better. Oh, it was just the ear pressure, the air pressure.
Yeah, that's what I was
Oh,
thinking.
it's just swimmer's ear.
Yeah.
Or, no, it's a bean in the ear.
Oh,
Not WebMD did not come up with bean in the ear.
Okay, now we're going to be asking some questions about, thank you, meat handler Olivia.
Thank you.
We're going to be asking some questions about being a teacher and teacher life. So, but before we get to that, oh, this one is overflowing. We're going to have
Oh, it looks colorful.
sauce number 3. Oh my gosh. There you go. To have some of that. Oh,
Rotisserie.
old Dunkaroo.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so cheers.
Hi.
Okay. Definitely a little spicy now. I'm starting to feel
good.
it a little bit.
I got some bone.
Oh, yeah, it's good though. Oh my gosh. So my 5th question. Why did you decide to teach language arts?
I lost a bet. No, I'm just kidding. Well, there's why did I decide to teach? Why did I decide to teach language arts? Because I didn't go into teaching right out of college. Spent time as an actor and director and tried working, did a number of different things creatively. And then, had also been teaching acting classes and doing some directing at schools. So was really enjoying it and really getting into it. And then I went with my now wife, then girlfriend, to this a graduation party for some kids that I directed, and just her seeing me in that environment, she was and at that point I was kind of at a crossroads, and I was like, I got to I want to figure something else out, and I enjoyed teaching, but she was just this is, she could see I was lit up by it. So, and then language arts was always my favorite subject in school. Really enjoyed that, but also at the time I made the transition to teaching, I was working in New York City for a printing company.
Oh.
It was data management, but also getting a lot of emails, customer service emails, and the people who were sending them did not know how to write.
Oh.
And I was getting so frustrated just by that communication. And there were a few instances where we even had customers send emails that were not worded properly, and therefore the customers placed an order that they didn't intend to place. I kind of figured, I was like, well, I think that's something I would like to do, is maybe help people learn how to communicate more effectively. And also just the subject matter and being able to discuss literature is a lot of fun, and it's, for me, even like, after going into teaching and getting into teaching literature, it increases my enjoyment and just like what I get out of things that I read and things that I see. Of course, it's a curse. It's a blessing and a curse, because sometimes I can't go, walk 10 feet without seeing something that I'm like, oh, we should talk about that in class.
Yeah. And continuing on the theme of teaching, what's a fun teaching memory that you have as we dig in? Oh, well, I took your rotisserie.
Oh, enjoy.
Okay.
It's a whole new world opening up for you now. There you go.
Oh, it's a little bit spicy. It's getting there.
Oh.
For sure.
Oh yeah, it kind of builds, doesn't it? It kind of ramps up. I'm enjoying it.
Oh my gosh.
Going on a journey.
Okay,
Here.
back to the question. What's a fun teaching memory that you have?
I have so many fun teaching memories. Let's see. There was the time, so teaching here at West Seattle, there was the year that I had a class and a few students in that class kind of decided to, start a conspiracy theory that I was actually Garfield, and ended up having a one-on-one debate with a student, completely bringing up images on the computer and everything.
Oh my gosh.
Where they were making the case that I was in fact Garfield, which I said I do, not fond of Mondays and love lasagna, but
Preach.
I'm not Garfield.
We can't all be Garfield.
Orange and black stripes don't look good on me.
Well, maybe you haven't tried them yet.
I have another funny little anecdote.
Let's hear it while we dive into the next one. Thank you, Olivia. Okay, we're ramping it up now.
We're doing this.
Oh my gosh.
It's getting serious now.
It's getting really serious. Not actually yet. Cheers.
That's all right.
Oh my god. When I tried Hannah's, I thought she was being a little bit dramatic. It's not.
Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. It's just actually spicy now. It's like almost bulldog ramen level. Okay. So, you want to share another teaching memory? Let's hear it.
Well, I had a student who was particularly headstrong, we'll say. One day, and I forget what brought this up, decided to argue that our nation's first African-American president was not Barack Obama.
Oh.
He claimed that it was Alexander Hamilton.
Oh.
This was before the musical, by the way.
Oh. So nobody knew who he was.
No.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
Sorry, history nerds.
Well, this student didn't quite know who he was. I mean, it was like, oh, he was never president. And I don't necessarily, know that he identified strictly as African American, but it was like, no. Yeah, sixth grader we're talking about, so.
Oh, sixth grader.
Yeah.
Oh, so
no, this was not a high school senior.
Okay, I was gonna say, if this
No.
was like a high schooler, I would really reevaluate them, like going to college or something.
Yeah, and not that I haven't heard anything ridiculous, maybe not equally ridiculous, but yeah. So those are a few. Just other. There's so many things happen within a day, and there's so much that goes on.
So much
and,
silly stuff.
Yeah, those are the two that come to mind, though.
Those are some really great stories. It's actually kicking me a little bit. Now we're gonna talk about what I feel like a lot of people know you for, your theater. since you're directing this year's show, Chicago the Musical, at West Seattle High School. Come see it, you guys. It's going to be really lit.
With Mia.
I'm in it too. So, and so many other talented people are in it.
Oh, yeah.
This is Saw 6. All right, let's go. Oh, wait,
All
cheers. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god, my throat. Oh my god.
It kicked in?
Yeah. Okay. First question. What sparked your passion for theater?
Well, I grew up I loved movies and acting, and I think even before I really got into that, like just role playing as a kid was always fun. And just like kind of pretend, like I'd act out entire scenes from Star Wars movies. And when I saw Les Miserables, which was the first Broadway show I saw, I think I had seen some shows before that, yeah. But just like kind of what they were able to do and what, like how in a theater, how you could sit there and in front of you, live in front of your face, could be all of these things happening in a totally other world, and like just how theater allows for that kind of like abstract interpretation and the things that you could do physically.
Yeah.
Like film is really impressive, but it's almost like the more impressive, like the most impressive work in film is
Sorry,
like,
I'm struggling a little bit here. It's like burning. Sweat.
I'll just yap a little bit while you settle in.
Well, I'm struggling. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a little bit more, it's just like more impressive when you see something happening right in front of you and you're like, how is this all happening? And how everything just, when theater is really firing on all cylinders, and I started as a performer, and just like when you're on stage and you're not even thinking about what you're doing, I love like the live audience. I love kind of trying to anticipate how an audience is going to respond to certain things, and so going from acting and then directing, the first thing I ever directed was just like I bought this script, and it was called Hamlet 2, Better Than the Original.
Oh.
It was a spoof of Hamlet, and I read it and I could like see it. I had never seen the play performed, but when I read the script, I could see it and I could hear it and I knew how it was supposed to go. So that was what kind of fueled my first thing, because I also produced that. I just said, oh, there's this play I want to direct.
Yeah.
I don't think some community theater is gonna, just let me walk in there with my little script. But kind of, put the money together and produced and directed it. And then I was here, my first year teaching here. We talk about our lives and what we've done, and Mr. Finley was running the program, and he was doing.
When was that?
This was 2017, 2018, and he was doing both shows. He was directing the fall play and the spring musical, and he asked me if I wanted to direct the fall play in 2018, and it was really awesome, and I was really honored to do it, and kind of scared and like, haven't done this in a while, what am I doing?
Yeah.
But it was so much fun, but I love how each show that we've done has something specific that I can point to and say, oh my God, it was so awesome that we did this.
Yeah, I agree. I think theater is really fun.
And Chicago is not going to be an exception. My thing, I feel like gotta top yourself. Whatever you did last, you gotta top yourself. So,
exactly. Okay, we're on our second to last sauce. This one, the last one wiped me out a little bit, not gonna lie. I don't really eat a lot of spicy food, so, this one has a lot of stuff in it. Okay.
You want to take a sip of milk first? Or?
No.
No?
No, I'm strong.
Yeah.
I'm a strong woman,
That's
I
right.
can do it.
Yeah. Milk.
Preach. Okay, so, cheers. actually kind of
I
good.
like the sweetness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's like, oh, I stand corrected.
Oh, it
Oh,
snuck up on you.
it did. It got in the back of my throat, and that was really scary. It's okay. All right. Continuing on theater.
Mm-hmm.
What's your dream show to direct here?
Oh my
Or
goodness.
anywhere?
It's tough because I think a few years ago I would have said Little Shop of Horrors, but did that.
Been there, done that.
Dream shows I would like to direct. There's this great musical called City of Angels.
I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's got some really cool aspects to it. Like some of it takes place in like a fictional, like black and white movie, and some of it is real life, and it's like all about the crossover. So there's really cool stuff you can do with that, and it's like 1940s or 50s. I saw it a long time ago, but that would be a good one. I would love to do that one. I would love to actually be in a production of Les Mis. So not necessarily direct it, but would love to play Thénardier in Les Mis.
Ooh,
Master of
exciting.
the House, it's a great song.
Okay, well, last question. This is going to be the warmest question, the warmest wing.
Awesome.
Thank you, Olivia. Round of applause for
Yay.
Olivia because
Thank
she
you.
was the meat handler. Now, we're dipping into the last sauce. Okay, well,
Here we go.
cheers.
What a pleasure this has been.
Yes. See ya. Oh my gosh.
It's got some grit to it.
I'm waiting for it to hit. I'm gonna need to have a second bite. Okay. Okay.
I'm supposed to shake it first. I don't know.
It's a little bit spicy, but I have a feeling in like a minute I'm gonna be dying and oh my god, it's already hitting. Holy cow. Okay.
You want some more milk?
No.
No?
No. Okay. So here at West Seattle High School,
Mm-hmm.
you typically have a part in the assemblies, and people see you as the assembly villain. So, describe what that is like and describe how it feels to be the assembly villain.
The assembly villain. I haven't been able to get up to my villainy this year. Yeah, I love being the assembly villain. It plays into my... I'm a pro wrestling fan and love especially how the heels, the bad guys in pro wrestling, work a crowd and get themselves over. And I'll go for it, Mia.
Oh, thanks. I'm kind of dying.
I didn't know if you were gonna go for it. I'm glad you did.
Oh. Oh wow, it's bright red. Okay, continue.
So yeah, but playing the assembly villain and doing the whole thing. We made some great videos last year. Hannah Moomey and Finn Liddell, who graduated last year, helped me make some great videos as kind of both pushing myself as the villain, but also showing that I was kind of a knucklehead as well. So the volleyball video. And there was the video, I don't think it made it to Wildcat Wednesday, but it was before the trivia thing. Neurofolliculitis was the story that my hair had fallen out because to make room for extra brain growth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
As it happens.
You know, just it was fun coming up with stuff like that, and it was something that like I'd kind of been asked about, just kind of like adding a little more theatricality to assemblies, or kind of like just creating kind of a through line,
Yeah.
creating some type of continuity through those assemblies, and being a student of pro wrestling storytelling. I was like, oh well, that's what they do. They set up a villain and they antagonize the audience and the heroes, and then and the heroes win. The heroes are victorious.
Now, gonna put you on the warm seat. Was your injured leg fake or real?
By entirely real, of course. You saw the crutches and the boot. No, that might have been my favorite thing to do. I was so excited to do that.
And the whole audience booed.
Oh, I loved it. I was so ready for that. I was like, oh, I need them to boo. you throw out those other ones. You should be booing yourselves.
Exactly. Okay.
No one gets everybody together like a single common enemy, and I was happy to serve as the assembly villain and would happily, come back.
Exactly. So, guys, watch out. Dan Wiener, the common enemy, might be coming back soon.
But next time there's a volleyball game, I'm coming in full force.
Enemy or good guy?
Whatever people think of it. In the volleyball game,
Yeah.
just the best in the world.
Oh, well, we'll see
That's
how
it.
that works out. Okay, well, this was Warm Ones. Would you say those wings were warm?
Those wings were absolutely warm.
With no reaction, by the way. Well, I'm suffering over here.
I'm sorry. I have a funny wing story to end it off with. A funny
wing story. Let's hear it.
Because this is a time that I was not as tolerant to the spice.
Yeah.
So in college, I went to college, Rutgers in New Brunswick, New Jersey, and there was a chicken joint in New Brunswick called Cluck U. And Cluck U offered a range of hot sauces, and the hottest was, I think, thermonuclear.
Thermonuclear?
Thermonuclear or nuclear. I don't know. Some say nuclear, some say nuclear.
Whatever.
But we agreed to get these wings. We were like, we're going to get the thermonuclear wings, and we're going to get them, and we're all going to eat them together at someone's apartment. And I was one of the people who went to go pick up the wings. We had to sign a waiver.
Oh, I've seen stuff like that.
We had to sign waivers, like, if you end up in the hospital because you have touched your eyes with this on your hands, we are not to blame. So we took the wings, we ate and there was a whole group of us, I don't know, maybe 8, 10, and everybody kind of takes a bite at the same time, and it's like 3, 2, 1, boom. Everyone's running all over the apartment, going into the kitchen. They're like just passing milk back and forth, taking just bread and shoving it into their mouths. I was in the bathroom with 2 other people, passing around a tube of toothpaste, just squeezing toothpaste into our mouths, and like general.
I think that'd make it worse.
We weren't smart about this, but there was one person who, in the midst of all of this, sat at the table,
And finish the wing.
eating his wings. It's like, I don't know, you guys. I don't know if he was just holding it in.
He was trying to be nonchalant.
Or
Like
what
a
it
million
was.
percent.
Probably, yeah. He was internally crying,
Yeah,
sweating.
that's what I was doing, but not super internally.
No, but you didn't. You also, yeah. No, this was 5-alarm fire on the taste buds.
Yeah. Well, if that was all, thank you, West Wings, for the wings. Thank you, Keegan Chapman and Sierra Wolf, for bringing the wings. And thank you to Film Club for making this possible.
And Olivia, the meat handler.
And Olivia, the meat handler.
Yay.
Yay! And Dan Wiener, obviously. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for getting recorded.
Thank you for having me here, and don't miss Chicago, March 27th, 28th, 29th, April 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, all performances, 7:30 p.m.
Exactly. And we'll both be there. So it'll be really fun and really cool. So,
That it will.
well, if that was all, thank you. See you guys in the next video.
And seed.
And seed. Woo!